Students of class 12C, we are here with the new chapter in macroeconomics, money and banking, and this was the third chapter. So let's start this chapter. In this chapter we are going to study about money, about commercial banks and about central bank. So let's start with money. So first of all, let's see what is in simple terms the meaning of money. So let's start from money. So money is commonly accepted medium of exchange. In any economy, if you will be seeing, the most best, or you can say the best medium of exchange is money. Through money you can purchase any type of good or any type of service. So this is why money is called to be as the common measure of value. Common measure of value means that every type of good which is produced maybe in primary, secondary or tertiary sectors, every good or service can be easily be evaluated with the help of money. How much costly that is, or how much precious a particular good or service is. So it can be easily be evaluated through money. So money is what money does, right? And in an economy, if individuals do not take part in market transactions, such as a family living in an isolated island, money has no function for them. For example, if we used to say that in a say particular a very lonely land is there, or maybe say one island is there, lonely, where only one family is living, then what do you think? Are they going to be in need of money? Are they going to work for money? Are they going to perform any economic activity through which they can earn money? Answer is no. Because in this lonely island or isolated island, no one is there. This single family is there, which is using all the resources of that island, which they get naturally from trees like fruits and vegetables, food grains, whatever they are getting. They do not need any money. There is no need of money for them. So, however, if economic agents engage themselves in market transactions, money becomes an important instrument for facilitating these exchanges. But if we say that there are more than one families living in a particular region, then economic transactions should take place. And economic transactions are those type of transactions which are done with the help of monetary terms, that is, with the use of money. And therefore this money can help out to conduct various economic transactions, or exchanges may take place with the help of money. Now let's see in the past what happened. Just now we can see that without money we cannot, our life will not be very simple. So let's talk about those people who were living in the past when there was no money introduced, when there was no introduction of money in their lifespan. So there was a time period when there was no introduction of money. Then how the exchanges used to take place? How the economic exchanges were taking place? Was there any money? Actually no. At that time, barter exchange system was carried forward. In the barter exchange system, what happens? The goods are exchanged in kind. That means without the use of money, the goods are going to be exchanged. That means if a carpenter who is having a chair and the shoemaker who is having a pair of shoes, what they can do, the carpenter can give his chair to the shoemaker and the shoemaker can give his shoes in exchange of his chair. So this type of transaction or this type of exchange is done in kind without the use of money. There is no money used here because there was no money introduced at that time, in a very past time period. So this was barter exchange system. But do you know that there were very different type of various difficulties which were to be faced in the barter system? What were those type of difficulties in the barter exchange system? In the barter exchange system, like number one difficulty was there was lack of unit of value. Lack of unit of value. That means whatever type of goods and services were there found in a particular society, those goods and services cannot be given any value. Nobody was knowing how much value should be given to that particular good that is found in that period of time, because there was no money which could be useful to find out the value of a particular good. But there was no money. And when there was no money, because of the absence of this common measure of value, that is money, proper accounting was not possible. And the value of each good can be expressed in as many quantities as there are kinds and qualities of other goods in the market. That means, if say for example 1000 goods and services in the market were produced, then the value of each good would have to be expressed in terms of 999 other goods, because each and every good was going to be exchanged with the other one. Without knowing the value of that particular good, without knowing the quality of that good, if the quality is better, the value of that good should be high. But because no money was at that time present, so therefore there was no unit of account. This was the biggest problem, lack of unit of account. After this, second problem was lack of double coincidence of bonds. Lack of double coincidence of bonds में क्या होता है? If say I was telling you that a farmer had about 100 kg of rice with him and he wanted to purchase shoes with his rice, or directly saying he wanted to exchange his rice with a pair of shoes. But the problem was this, that say for example the farmer is going to approach this shoemaker and he will be asking that to give his shoes in place of his rice, in place of his rice. But do you know that this type of matching of the exchanges between two goods was not very often, that was not very common, because if the shoemaker is going to say, no, I don't want your rice because I am already having rice with me, and in place of this rice I want 2 chairs, I want 2 chairs in exchange of my pair of shoes. Now you can see here the matching of the exchange is not present here. This is what we call as lack of double coincidence of bonds. the wants of both the individuals were not matching with each other, because the shoemaker wants to purchase 2 chairs, a pair of chairs, and the farmer wants a pair of shoes. Both their demands were not matching with each other, and this is what is called as lack of double coincidence of wants. This was a type of problem or difficulty found in the barter exchange system. With this, another type of difficulty was also there. It was called to be as lack of standard deferred payments. Lack of standard of deferred payments. Today, if you want to purchase any particular good which is of high price, what you can do is you can purchase that, you can take that good and you can pay the amount of this particular good in future, that is in installments. You can borrow the particular high price good and in future you can pay the amount of that particular high value good in installments. This can be possible with the help of money. But what about the barter exchange system? Think about those people who are producing perishable goods. The perishable goods are those like that of fruits, vegetables, right? Wheat, which are going to be spoiled if they are going to store it. Because the wealth at that time was the same particular good the particular person was going to produce. But this particular type of wealth was going to be spoiled because this was a perishable good. How many days a particular person or a farmer can keep his wealth in terms of fruits? For how long can he keep his wealth with him? Today it is possible because you are having money. You can store it. But how a person who is having perishable good can store it? Or if he is going to store it, then it will be very expensive for him, for the farmer, to store it into in any cold storage or whatever place. And nobody was going to accept this type of deferred payment or payment in installments, because the good that particular farmer was going to give him in installment is going to be spoiled within a very short period of time. So hence we can say that deferred payments were not possible like it is possible today when we are using money. On the other hand, there was also another problem in barter exchange system, which is called to be as store of value. Today you can store your money for any time period, 1 year, 2 year. Nothing is going to happen to your money. But today, if you are going to, but in past, when money was not introduced during barter exchange system, if a particular person was going to store his wealth, he was unable to do it. Especially for those people who are producing perishable goods. So these were different type of difficulties in the barter exchange system. Then when the money was introduced, then what happened? As result of barter exchange could not handle the transactions, thus to smoothen the transactions, an intermediate good is necessary which is commonly acceptable. See, during this barter exchange system, if the transactions were going to be made smooth, then some intermediate good was going to be required, which was going to be acceptable by every person. जो हर पर्सन उसे एक्सेप्ट करे, ऐसा कोई कॉमन गुड होना चाहिए था जो मनी का काम करे. So such type of good is money, as today we are using. And if we see in the past time only, in the very primitive time period when money was not introduced, how this money was getting its origin from. ये evolution जो हुआ money का, वो कहाँ से हुआ? From where it started? So let's see. Due to above limitations of the barter system, the exchange process tends to be highly inefficient. So many inefficiencies were there in the barter exchange system, as we have already studied just now. So there was a need that some type of common good which could be accepted by every person in a particular society or an economy was to be introduced. So you know what happened? At different stages, money evolved with time in the following manner. Money evolved. Evolved का मतलब पहले शुरू में money जो है वो money ऐसे directly notes नहीं आए, currency notes नहीं आए, currency coins नहीं आए. Then what came in the beginning? Which was going to do the work similar to that of money. So what was that? Let's see. First type of money we are having as commodity money. So let's see what is this commodity money. In commodity money, any type of commodity was going to be used as a common consent for all. A common consent means everyone was going to accept this commodity as a common measure of value, you can say. Like for example, various type of commodities at that time were evolved, like that of cows. These were the type of animals which were going to be accepted by everyone because they were useful. These were going to give milk to the people. So this became a common measure of value. Say for example, if the farmer was trying to purchase a pair of shoes, or he wanted to exchange pair of shoes with his rice, then the shoemaker said, no, I don't want to give my shoes in place of rice because I am already having rice. So remember one more thing, because of lack of coincidence of wants, a particular person used to roam around in the market for several hours, number of hours. He used to find out where his exchange was going to match. कौन सा ऐसा पर्सन उसे मिल जाए जो उसके शूज के बदले में उसे चेयर्स दे दे. Otherwise, the carpenter whom this shoemaker was going to approach, वो कहता था कि मुझे अपने चेयर्स के बदले में earthen pots चाहिए. I don't want your pair of shoes. देखिए मैच ही नहीं हो रही है. तो इस प्लेस पर क्या हो सकता था, that the farmer who was going to give his rice in place of shoes, वो क्या कर सकता था, he would have given cow to the shoemaker. Then he would have accepted it, because this was a common consent, a particular, say, animal which was going to be accepted by all. It was useful, it was beneficial. With this, seashells, for a very long time period, seashells were used to do the work of money. Anyone who wanted to exchange one good with the other, and their demands were not matching, so they would have given seashells. So this seashell was doing the work of money. With this, leather, pearls, precious stones, all these were accepted by any person, like it was money. So one common medium was brought about which could be accepted by all. तो आप देख सकते हैं ये commodity money है. This is a commodity money accepted by all. From here onwards, people started knowing that some medium of exchange is required for completing any type of economic एक्सचेंज, कोई भी इकोनॉमिक एक्सचेंज को कंप्लीट होने के लिए एक मीडियम चाहिए. जैसे कि अभी ये लोग देख रहे थे सी शेल और मे बी काउ और मे बी लेदर, पर्ल्स, लाइक दिस, एंड दे केम टू नो दैट दिस मीडियम इज वेरी मच इसेंशियल, जो कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शन को आसानी से कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं. So from here onwards, that is commodity money was afterwards evolved the metallic money. यहाँ से evolution हुआ metallic money का. और ये metallic money कौन सा है? This was a metallic money which kept on changing with the change in the human civilizations, and the medium of exchange were metals like gold, silver. These type of metals were used as a common medium of exchange. So this gold and silver was used. This was a metallic money at that time, which was used for to do the work of money. And therefore, we can say that how gold and silver became the most accepted commodity, metallic money, because these were two very precious items which were going to be accepted by everyone, and that is why the coins were made of gold and silver for a very long period of time. And these were durable also, and these can be also divided into small units, means now every commodity could be valued with the help of these gold and silver coins. That one commodity can be purchased in how many coins. Now the unit of account came into existence, right? And after this came into being the evolution of paper money. Paper money. If you see that metallic money was that type of money where the face value and the intrinsic value were equal. फेस वैल्यू पे जितना अमाउंट लिखा हुआ है उतना ही उस कॉइन में गोल्ड है. जितना सिल्वर कॉइन में अमाउंट लिखा है फेस वैल्यू वो इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू के इक्वल है. इस तरीके का मनी जो था वो आपका मेटलिक मनी था. लेकिन बाद में पेपर करेंसी जब आती है तो आपकी फेस वैल्यू जितनी प्रिंटेड है, मान लीजिए 500 नोट के ऊपर जो उस पीस ऑफ पेपर पे जो 500 लिखा हुआ है, द अमाउंट ऑफ दैट पेपर इज नॉट इक्वल टू द 500 रुपीज. दिस इज व्हाट इज intrinsic value was not equal to the face value, printed value, right? So this is how paper money came into existence. It was due to inconvenience of gold and silver. Why paper money came into existence? Because gold and silver were inconvenient to handle, because it was a precious metal, and if huge transactions were going to be done, then with the help of these gold and silver coins it became very inconvenient, because how big payments could be made. It was very inefficient to take load of these coins to make big payments. So this was the type of inconvenience, and from that time onwards this paper money came into existence. And paper money is that type of money which is regulated by Reserve Bank of India. In India, the central bank is having the sole authority to print the currency notes. Okay. After that came into existence the credit money, or it is called as bank money. What is this credit money or bank money? Bank or credit money was invented to make the transactions convenient based on the trust. So actually bank money or credit money is that money which is in which the transactions are based on trust. If one person is going to give a check to another person, then another person should believe that yes, the first person is having this much amount in his bank account and the second person is going to accept this check afterwards. If he's having trust on the first person, the second person's trust on first person. So mutual trust इसमें चाहिए होता है. Credit money. And people started using credit money like checks, drafts to transfer money with these drafts and checks, which were to be deposited in the bank of an account holder. Then came the plastic money in the form of credit cards, debit cards, where now the medium of exchange is converted into a plastic money. You just have to swipe your card, credit card, debit card, and your transaction is completed. Payment is done without giving money, currency notes. So this is how evaluation of modern form of money came into existence. So directly speaking, what should be the definition of money? Money directly is anything which is commonly accepted as a medium of exchange. Today you don't have to think of any difficulty. If you want to purchase a pen from the market, you just quickly pick up your bike and just move to a shop where the pens are sold, give him 10 rupees, purchase a pen and move to your house. How much time it would have taken? Hardly 2-3 minutes. But think about those people in the barter exchange system. They used to roam around in the market where no double coincidence of wants could be possible. And they have to roam around in the market and find out with whom their exchange of good could be possible. Now today there is no problem because we are having this money with us, which is the common measure of value, which could be exchanged with any good or service. And it is the best medium of exchange. So this is how we can define money.